Come, gather round, everyone. They're about to talk Disney. I am still so confused as to whether I'm going to eat at Connections or Creations. So the only way I can keep them straight is I have to think, okay, well, my mouth connects to my stomach, so I guess that's Connections.
So I call Catherine to see how dinner at the restaurant is going, and she says, I can't talk to you right now. I'm talking to Mickey. So I'm like, okay, here's the big cheese. I get it. And then she says, hold on, he wants to talk to you. So she FaceTimes me, and I'm FaceTiming with Mickey as I'm getting ready for the podcast.
I don't understand why people spend hard-earned money on a Mickey ice cream sandwich in the parks. I mean, we literally all have ice cream sandwiches in our freezers at home. We don't have Mickey bars. From the mind and creator of the Disney YouTube channel Living in Diz comes a whole new Disney podcast. Okay, can we talk some serious Disney here now? Nope. Get ready for all the Disney knowledge that you can handle. It's Corey. It's Lawrence. It's the DIZPod.
You are now listening to a member of the Disney Podcast family. Head over to Disney Podcast Family on Instagram to see all the latest posts for this show and links to other great Disney podcasts.
Hello, Lawrence up there. How you doing?
I am good. How are you doing down there?
Just fine and dandy, my friend. It's yet another podcast here on the DIZPod. Catch us, find us, catch us. You know, you never know what night we're going to end up on live when we record. It's just been a crazy couple of weeks. You know what I mean? Just crazy personal life weeks with work and gigs and trying to juggle everything. By the first week of September, I was supposed to be in the swing of the brand new schedule. I worked so hard on it. But then I didn't account for Labor Day. So that threw everything into the mix. And, different clients couldn't keep their obligations this week as well. So found myself home a little bit earlier tonight. And we're here. And next week should go right into the swing of things and into that fall-winter schedule, which will land the DIZPod perfectly on Mondays. That will be our new night. New time will be maybe 6:45. We'll see. 7 o'clock, 6:45. I don't know, though. 7 o'clock gaming time to eat, and be done. So maybe we'll try 7, and we'll see how it goes. So we're moving up a half hour early and 2 days back. So take that down. Monday night next week. What's up, Lawrence?
I was just thinking, I thought 7 was the time that the Muppet Show used to come on, so that's what's sticking in my head right now.
Oh, I love that. I remember like it was yesterday when I was like, I don't even know, was I 3? I would think I was about 3 years old. Sunday nights, had my bath, just in time to sit in front of the TV to watch the Muppets and just hoped that my mother would let me watch the whole thing before she said time for bed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Do you remember doing that? You remember doing that?
It's the Muppet Show, that's for sure.
But do you remember like sitting there and just watching? And if I remain really still, maybe they'll forget about me and we can go into the next show, whatever's on. You're just trying to stay up for every minute you can stay up.
Yeah, at that point you're like, what's up? The nightly network news, national news? Sure, I'll take that. Yeah, whatever. Just
whatever keeps me up.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the days. So hello to everybody in chat. I see you all popping in there. Looks like I'm seeing some new names as well. Um, there's one from Massachusetts there. Erin Victoria Fletcher from Fairhaven, Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, she's a big fan of the DIZPod for sure. She's been
Yeah.
coming in for a few weeks now. So welcome and welcome everybody that is watching and listening live. We do this live because we do it for you, and we always say hello and welcome to anyone who's listening to or watching the podcast at their earliest convenience.
Yeah, so we are on YouTube right now. So and we'll be talking a lot. Tonight's show will be a lot about Epic Universe. So we'll have a lot of pictures to show. So if you are listening on the YouTube app, you can switch right over. You just press that button and it switches you right over from audio to video, and then you can feel free to switch back. And if you're listening on the audio platforms after the live, feel free to come over to the DIZPod YouTube channel and watch there so that you can get all of the um, video, and then come and join us live, because that's where it's happening. All these folks in the chat interacting with us all makes the show so much more worthwhile. So
I want
Corey,
to recognize Sean Tegeter, who has been a member for 9 months at the minivan level for the LID Club. We thank you so much for that, Sean. Thank you so much for checking in and giving us that little reminder for sure.
yes. So so yeah, it was a busy day. I had a full day of some training, so that was interesting. And it ran way late, and I'm still getting offers in for homes in my text messages right now as we speak. So
Make that money. Make that money.
you know,
Got to get you back down here.
just trying.
So you were
So
spotted in Florida today, I
yeah,
heard.
I saw I saw that. That was not me. That was not me.
Yeah. So Tammy pulled up on this car, and the license plate said something like Mr. Lawrence. So she sent that to Lawrence and said, "I found you."
Yeah, that was not me, unfortunately. I wish I was in Florida right now. How's the weather down there? Weather's good here.
Today, I feel like we didn't. I guess we saw the sun. I guess I noticed more overcast today than sun, would be my recollection of it. Didn't really have any rain today, though, to my
Mm.
memory. So that's good because I just feel like we've had record rains in the last week or so. It's been nuts.
Did rain yesterday? Was that yesterday or the day before? I remember seeing on a stream. Remember
Uh,
yesterday or the day before. But
yeah,
let me also
same.
say that yesterday was first day of Tron being on standby, and I said it's probably going to be like 2 hour wait. The first days, and it was a posted 55-minute wait, and ended up being about 20 minutes.
Yeah, pretty surprising, right? And as we speak right now at 7:16 p.m. Eastern Time on September 10th, 2024, Tron is a 20-minute wait right now. Now,
Yeah.
could that have been a weather delay and it just came up? Yeah, it's possible. So is Space Mountain. Although, wait a minute. Today, well, no. Wait, no, there's no party. There's no
N-
party tonight.
Nope. No, it would have been
Well, how
it would have switched over already. Yeah. Um, it has just been really, really light right now as everybody's back in school after Labor Day. You have all of the country, including the Northeast, back in school. So I think that's what's really causing a lot of that. Good time to be at the parks.
just the way we like it.
That's like the when there's a party, right? That's probably one of the best days to be at the park, because as an annual pass holder, you don't mind just being there until 6 and then go park hop over to Epcot or Springs or something like that. But I mean, a lot of the rides are walk-ons during a party day.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice to be there tonight. Man, we'll
Yeah,
see what it's like tomorrow.
yeah. So if Corey just drifts off screen, we know he's heading over to Magic. Either that or there'll be a
I just
Corey shape.
drifted off screen.
Yeah, there'll be a Corey shaped hole on his on his wall. Hey, our shirts are similarly colored.
Yeah, I feel like getting back into the Royal Caribbean feel. I was thinking about cruising today, and no official plans in the works. I know what I want to do,
Hmm.
but we'll see. We'll see. What do I want to do, you ask? Oh, well, I would like to do the Utopia in like sometime in July or something like that when my kid gets back from Japan,
Mm.
you know?
Okay.
So, I mean, keep it in mind.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
I gotcha.
It's it's the question of this when it comes to a cruise, when you have the newest, greatest ship, you can pay like $4,000 for a family of 3 or 4 for like 4 days, or you can go on a ship that's maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 years old, a few less toys on it, and, do 7 days for like
Mhm.
4,000, and go to Mexico instead of, you know, yeah, the Caribbean area there that they could
Yeah.
go to. So, that's always the battle, but, I mean, we'll do both. We'll do both. It's a matter of which one you like to do first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like to do the Utopia, though. So, what's on tap for today?
So today, I figured we would shift a little bit and talk a little bit about Epic. I've been kind of storing these up. I kept seeing the updates come out from Dr. Disney on construction for Epic Universe. I'm like, oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. But I wasn't putting it in our news segment, and they kind of like all backed up. And I was like, hey, we could probably just do a whole show on some Epic updates. So I figured we would do that tonight.
Sounds great, and, we're fluctuating between 50-50 here between Living in Diz and the DIZPod, so, inviting everyone to get over to the DIZPod and flood that gate so that we can, continue to build that channel, and, yeah, that's what we'd like to do, so, simple instructions, it's free to do and
That's right.
easy to do, especially when we put that in the chat.
Yep. Come on over to the DizPod channel. If one of the mods can throw that in the chat, I would appreciate that. And yeah, come on over there because we're trying to have the DizPod start to grow on its own channel, separately from Park Bros or Living in Diz. So um, that we're trying to get to the emojis that you can use and the membership so that we can do even more fun stuff. So come on over there if you are watching on the other channels.
Yes, Shirley Renee, I'm hoping, I don't know if Lawrence missed this, but late today, Universal did announce that they're involved with Wicked.
Oh, they announced something, huh? I wonder
They
if I missed.
did. I wonder if you missed it.
Hmm, we'll see.
We'll have to see.
Thank you, Kimberly. Kimberly put the link for the DizPod channel in the chat. So if you are watching on Living in Diz, feel free to switch over. Same show, just got more of your friends over there. We'll try and get everybody over to one spot.
Same show, same smell.
It's like being in a club and you have different levels, and some of your friends want to be on the first level and some are on the second level.
Yeah.
Everybody hang out on the same level.
Yeah. Yeah. The DizPod over there is where we're giving away $100,000. So that's kind of where you want to be.
We are. I got to switch over. Sorry. That's a
Kimberly
great.
Park World. You see Park World Radio in there all the time. Great people. I am just a big fan, and this is why I like to promote it. Definitely check out Park World Radio, everybody, if you want to check out parks music, Disney Parks music, anytime. You could get up at 3 in the morning because you want that little snack out of the fridge. Pop on Park World Radio. You can listen to maybe I don't know, Tron music while you're taking down that half a sandwich you didn't finish earlier in the day and then go back to bed. So Park World Radio 24 hours a day. You can listen over on livingindiz.com, and you can also check them out on the app that is also known as Live 365. And definitely check out the options, parkworldradio.com, I believe, and support them because you can only enjoy commercial free music over there if it's supported So definitely go over there and support it. Kimberly, what's the levels? Is there a level of how much that they can donate? Is it any number? Does it start at a baseline? You can just let us know, and I'll address that as we go along. So yeah,
Cool.
just wanted to say that.
I like it. All right. So we do have a little bit of news that I thought we would start with before we go into our epic information here. So let's go to the news. Maybe. So, hey, look at that. At Universal Orlando Resort, guests can find the fun at the former locations of the Universe Store and adjacent retail locations. At Universal Studios Hollywood, look for it all the feature presentation store within the theme park. And it's all Wicked themed. And this is just some of the merch that they have out there.
Yeah, there's a lot more merch there
Hmm.
that is available, and this floored me. I couldn't believe what I was reading. I didn't know that Universal had any kind of partnership or um, I've seen the trailer a ton of times. It just didn't catch my eye if it's a Universal film.
Right.
I'm
I'm
not sure.
assuming it is.
It's
Um,
got to be.
it's a good question. We're going to find out right now. Um, but yeah, Wicked. Have you seen the trailer for the movie?
Listen, this listen, I am a movie nerd from the soundtracks to the film, deciding within the film if I would go that way as someone who has written as a hobby and done some scripts and things. I'm
Hmm.
a movie nerd to the nines. And I really feel like this could be I'm not gonna say that. This is the movie of the year right here. I mean, if you wanna go by box office, I don't know.
Sure.
Probably not. Probably not. But I don't know if anybody's saying this, but this could scream Grammy, not Grammy. Well, it could be Grammy, right? Oscar nominations. I think this deserves I haven't seen it yet. Based on the trailers, and we know the play was great and all that stuff. I think this deserves a nomination without even seeing it for Oscar for Best Picture. That's my expectations of this thing.
Uh, I would agree with you. I've only seen the trailer, and I've not seen. Have you seen the musical? I've not seen the musical.
The quick answer is no, but I have tried. There's been multiple times I've tried. I tried when we lived in Massachusetts. We're talking 20 years ago, whatever it was. Uh, I think it was playing in Boston at the time. We just didn't follow through. And when something's playing like that, you just feel like it's going to be around forever, and then it goes.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I feel like the next time it comes within reach, I want to see it. It's if you probably asked me over the last 15 years, even 20, what's your number one play or musical you'd like to see? It's always been Wicked.
Mm. My mom was a big Wizard of Oz fan, still is. We actually have a Wizard of Oz themed amusement park or theme park here out towards the mountains that I want to take her to at some point. But she's a huge Wizard of Oz fan, so she has not seen the musical, I don't think. But this movie, I think, is going to be really, really good. I think it's going to hit it out of the park for sure.
Yeah, I think it's gonna do really, really well. Just a quick side note for Park World Radio, people can do a one-time donation in PayPal or Patreon, and the monthly levels are $5, $10, and $15. All monthly supporters will be sent some Park World Radio stickers.
Nice.
So, and they look like this. If you throw me up quick, this is a sample of what you get. Oh, I have two different versions here. So there you go. They're beautiful.
Nice.
So, yeah, donate today, everybody. Okay, back to the original programming there. So, I get chills, and you know what I think? I think there should be a new category starting this year in the Oscars, And you know what it should be? It should be best movie trailer. Why do we not have that category already?
I,
I listen, I wanna know. I wanna know people that are in the chat live tonight, people, who listen later, please comment on this. I wanna know if you care to see the trailers before a movie. Some people will complain, right? "Oh, man, there's, like, 15 minutes of trailers." I'm like, "Bring it on. Give me 5 more minutes." Like, I love
yeah.
movie trailers. I used to go to this thing when psh, it was probably 30 years ago, easily. I used to be invited to our local theater now and then, and what it was you were invited to basically watch an hour worth of trailers, and then you were invited to stay and watch a free movie. Like, they wanted to show you, like, leading up to Christmas or something, like the whole Christmas season or the whole summer season of movies and just trailer after trailer after you can do that now on YouTube. You can look up, like, summer movies and then watch all those trailers. I love that. So, how many of you love watching the trailers of the movies? How many of you are angry when you miss them? Because my family makes me miss them. We we see about 1.5 trailers when we get in.
Yeah, I like seeing the trailers. So we were still are. We just don't get to go often, but we're part of the pre-screening groups. So weeks in advance, you'll get an email saying, "Hey, here's a preview for Transformers." What's the new one called? Transformers One, I think it is, or something.
Transformers 1, Jacob wants to see it, so we'll go.
Yeah. So um, we do pre-screenings of that. So like last week, I got an email inviting us, but you have to be, quick fingers, kind of like the virtual queue. Which, by the way, was open till 8:05 the other day for Tiana's. Lasted an hour and 5 minutes.
I don't know why. I was trying to think quickly if that had anything to do with Tron not being a virtual queue anymore, but
Well, that was the day that there was a party. So the parks were
oh, okay.
like that day. So anyway, yeah, you have to be quick, and so we would go to see them. But then not only do you have to be quick to get the passes, but then when you show up, they always oversell the theater. So the last, let's just say 20 people or something, will not get in. So you always got to be there like way in advance. So you're certainly not missing any of the trailers, and that I like because I want to see what's coming out, you know, soon after that. So
Yeah,
um,
I love them, and I was just watching trailers recently, and I'm just like, this trailer the movie might stink. I'm not talking about Wicked, but, uh, Smile 2.
mhm.
Smile 2, they did an amazing job on the trailer. Now the movie might be poor, but trailer-wise, I think people that do that deserve recognition. And who knows, maybe there's a secret thing that's just not publicized and televised, and people get these awards for best trailer for a thriller and things like that.
Oh, Charlie says there is a party tonight. Well, that would make even more sense then. Thanks, Charlie.
Okay. That
Yeah.
makes more sense then. Yep.
Neil's in the house. Hello, Neil. Okay, so next, this came out today in late October of 2024. All three dolphins at Epcot, the Seas, are moving to Gulfarium Marine Adventure Park in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. This means dolphins will no longer be at Epcot and at all, and the Dolphins in Depth Tour will close next month as well. However, Dive Quest is set to return in Epcot 2025. So this tour allows scuba certified guests to swim in the giant tanks at the seas. So you're losing the dolphins, but you pick up a different type of excursion.
So what's gonna be different about it? To me, it sounded like you can still dive, but there'll be no dolphins to dive with,
Right.
or
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So you'll still be in the giant tanks. You just can't dive.
And is this for a better life for the dolphins?
Um, yes, I believe that was the case. They're also switching out one of the manatees. is going. Don't remember where, but he's moving out or she's moving out, and a new one is coming in. So just doing a little bit of changing there. But I think this particular thing was about the dolphins. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So also Hispanic and Latin American Heritage Month starts this weekend. I think that would be the 15th. So from September 15th through October 15th, they're gonna have some great dishes at Disney World and Disneyland Resort. You got a popcorn bucket up there, and this is just a sampling of the food. And I I was gonna make like 3 different slides about this, and I was like, no, we should probably make this a little bit more of a segment later on. So maybe Corey will go try some of that food and let us know.
Yes, the brain is working right now on that. So, yeah, maybe, I could see a vlog in
Hmm.
the future for that.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
the from what I saw of the pictures, I was getting very, very hungry just thinking about all that food. So yeah,
Yeah, we'll look deeper into it. It looks like we have a month to cover some things, so, we'll see what we can get our hands on. I looked at this, like, maybe a week ago or so, and I think that, the opportunities are kinda like they normally do with things like this, right? There's gonna be multiple locations to track these things down.
correct. Yep. Oh, you're not on screen there. Where'd you go? There you
I
are.
don't know. Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know when I left the screen.
I don't know.
Am I leaving the screen every time you change slides? That
uh,
would be weird.
it shouldn't be. Well, we'll find out. We'll see.
Tiger Girl says I'm drooling again. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see? You're dropping me out.
Uh,
Oh, what do we have here?
the 50th anniversary of Hoop-Dee-Doo musical review, and I think Neil has probably seen this show more than anybody else. No, I'm kidding. But that I when I saw this come up, I just thought about how fun that was. Maybe not my style of food, but the food was good. It just wasn't, what I would normally go for. But the show itself was just so much fun, and I'm really, really glad that we did that day. But here are some stats about the show. So they've had over 41,000 performances, 12 million guests, 900 every night. They serve 900 pounds of fried chicken, 400 pounds of pork ribs, 400 pounds of something I can't even tell. 12
I'd
whipped
have to put
cream.
my glasses on to see that.
Yeah, 12 gallons of whipped cream a day. Boy, oh boy. Um,
Well, when I went, it was like 4 gallons for me myself because 'cause I'm addicted to that. We have that alone in our fridge on a weekly basis. And look at that, the 15 plus gallons of strawberries.
strawberries.
Look
Yeah,
at that.
yeah.
Every
Hun-
night, that's what they serve. Did you
hun-
cover all of that? I was checking something in chat. Did you go
Uh,
through all of those?
I'm sorry, I was
900 pounds of chicken,
mm,
400 pounds of pork ribs. Wow.
400
Crazy stuff.
potato, and that's every night, folks. That's not.
Yeah, 400 potatoes, 120 pounds of corn, 30 plus gallons of baked beans. Wow. Um, Listen, we did this together for the first time. This this was such a fun time, wasn't it? We probably should have invited Krubaka for this.
Yes,
I mean, we we
enjoyed
we
that.
we talked about this already, but, we rented the golf carts, and did I put this day together? Was this all me? I think it was. I think
Yeah,
it was.
yeah, because I remember you saying we were gonna do you wanted to do this and rent golf carts. So yeah, we you kind of put that all together, and I just went along with it. Nick and Christina joined us. It was a great night.
Yeah, I invited Neil. I was ecstatic Neil, wanted to come too,
Yeah,
and, we had so much fun. And we topped not even topped the night off. This was dinner, and no, Neil had done it before. We had never done it, you and me, though, and, I looked at Tammy when it was done, and, we said this needs to be an annual thing, so we're just gonna plan on doing it every year that we can. And, I mean, right down to playing the washboards at the end.
Mhm,
That was
mhm.
fun.
The
That was
walk
fun. So
you and Tammy got to call out your anniversary. Catherine and I got to call out our anniversary. We danced on stream. So if you have that on stream, go ahead and record that because that's about the only time you'll see me dancing. So
Krubaka says, "Sounds fun. Thanks for the invite." You're invited next time.
exactly, it's an annual thing now, crew. Golf.
Yeah, we have to figure out a now listen, I don't know if you have any plans on coming down in the Halloween season, but there could always be another golf cart rental for some Halloween decoration rides.
I actually
Could
talked to Catherine about after night seeing the decorations and the RVs and all that. I was like, maybe we could do that one day. Not one day, one trip where we rent an RV from here, drive it down, and that's where we stay. Is Fort Wilderness.
Ooh, nice.
So, well, so
Very
I'll
nice.
do it. Yeah, be a different trip. But that is not a weekend trip, folks. If you're going to do that, you've got to stay for a while. In fact, we talked to some folks that were hanging outside their RV, and they said that we asked them, "How long have you been here, and how many days have you gone to the park?" And I think they said they were there 6 days, and none of those were park days. They were all just hanging out
Wow.
at Fort Wilderness, enjoying the resort. So yeah, it can be
And
done.
and you and you can. You really can. A lot of times when we do the resorts, we're in and out in a day, like an overnight, but, I look around, I could see that. I could see
Hmm.
you, coming for a week, and I could see that people don't even go to the park. I mean, I'd probably make sure I at least wanna hit Magic once quick, or something, but or do a 10-day. And maybe, you go to each park once, but I could see spending a whole day and having a great time. We could have I mean, we did spend the whole day there, but, you do the overnight, you have the pool, and it's just a really chill, relaxed type of thing, and
Yep.
it doesn't even feel like you're on Disney property, but yet, you're minutes away from any park or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, and, like you said, you could spend the whole day there. In fact, before we started the stream, we went over to Triple D Ranch, and Finley was able to ride her first pony, and Catherine guided the pony. So we got to do so many different things that you normally wouldn't do. It didn't even feel like you were on Disney property. Really didn't.
No, good times.
Yeah. All right. So music by John Williams is going to be an all new documentary on the life and career of this legendary composer. And it will have a limited theatrical release and then start streaming on November 1st on 2020, November 1st on Disney Plus.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you show me?
Say it again.
Then why don't you show me?
Oh, you disappeared again. You like doing that. Let's see.
I do.
There you go.
So I was bowing to John Williams because he is the man, the absolute man. Uh, I thought I came close to having a chance to meet him, probably a little over 30 years ago.
Hmm.
No, about 28 years ago. Just happened to have a patient who was very good friends with him. So we get to talking, and it just never worked out, but it was in the works once. I would have loved to have met him. I
Hmm.
would love to see him compose and just play all my favorite music.
Yeah. I think he's in his 90s now. And the amount of work that he's done, in fact, in chat, put up what is your favorite John Williams piece. And there's, oh my goodness, there's so many, right? E.T., Star Wars. I mean, all those pieces in Star Wars are just amazing.
To name a few, it's unbelievable the work. And along with the amount of work he's done, you got to think about the iconic music that he's done. I mean, listen, we've all seen, think of a movie. We've seen Avatar. I'm trying to think of big movies. We've seen a lot of big films, but I guarantee you can't recall a couple licks from those soundtracks.
Mm-mm. No.
But when you think of Jaws and E.T. and Star Wars and Superman and Indiana Jones, just to name a few,
Mm-hmm.
it's you know them.
Yep.
I can, I go dun 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 dun. You know what that is? I go dun dun. Two notes.
Two
You
notes.
know what that is?
Two notes. Uh, so Star Wars, obviously, E.T., Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That one was, I mean, do 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 do. You just know it.
Again, 2 or 3 notes, right?
Superman. He did Superman. There was another one in here
Well,
that's
Superman. Dun 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 dun
that's it.
dun dun dun. You know.
Fiddler on the Roof for all my musical lovers out there. Fiddler on the Roof. I mean, just so many.
Forgot
And
about that one.
I'm looking for the name of it because I don't remember the name of it, but it's the music for the Olympics.
Yes. Dun 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 dun. I mean,
That's it.
that's another iconic piece.
And
He did Schindler's List.
uh-huh, that's right. And he was born in Flushing, Queens. Right up.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. So that
And spent a majority, I don't know this for sure, but I bet he spent the majority of his life in Boston because he led the Boston Pops.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just
Oh, there's another one. Roderick Freeman mentioned Jurassic Park.
oh, yes. Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Another iconic one. And there's just pieces, there's little pieces that you hear in all of his films that you go, that's a John Williams thing right there. That's a John Williams thing.
Yep. Yeah, so make sure you check that out. That is going to be a lot of fun, and it's gonna, as soon as you hear, just like Corey and I had said, you hit those first three notes. That's just going to be a fun, an absolute fun documentary to watch. So, very excited about that.
Very.
So this news came out today that we lost Pete. I lost his name that he goes by now.
Is it Renaudet?
And
Pierre Renaudet?
he was did so many different voices. The voice of Ghost Host on the Disneyland Records album of Haunted Mansion. The narrator of the Walt Disney Story. He did Hall of Presidents and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Country Bear Jamboree, and he was even Shredder in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And he passed away today.
How about that?
Yeah.
I would like to have a career like that.
Yeah. Just amazing. Yeah, when I saw Shredder, I was like, oh, I gotta put that one up there.
He did the TTA through the adventure through inner space. He did the TTA. I think that's two different things there.
Yeah.
The Mark Twain riverboat. Wow, Disney loved him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you have that voice, it just you got to stick with what works, right?
Yeah.
And this, sadly, I text Corey as soon as I saw this news come out yesterday that we lost James Earl Jones at the age of 93. Obviously, huge in our world of being Disney lovers, from both the animated side and Star Wars. I mean, would Star Wars have been what it is if not for that? And just think he was never on screen. Never on screen.
Not
The two
once.
that most of us in this community know him for, never saw his face.
Yeah, you hear people around town saying, "Hey, did you hear James Earl Jones died?" And who? Oh, the guy that did Darth Vader.
Right.
I didn't even think of Mufasa, to be honest. I went straight to Darth Vader, and I texted you right back with the word "no" with a lot of O's. Like, that was authentic. That impacted me for sure. He just seemed like a genuinely good man. And did you know that he sniped, not on purpose, not himself, but he did snipe the actor David Prowse in the original Star Wars, where David Prowse, who was in the Darth Vader costume, thought that his voice would be heard.
Oh,
throughout the movie, and they brought James Earl Jones in. And I
mhm.
don't think it was the plan from the start, but they brought him in to do all of the lines.
Yeah, I do remember hearing that story, that they brought him in and, I am sure it changed changed that dynamic a little bit, but, um, he also did not get paid a lot for doing it. I think it was something like $200,000 or something like that, and yet one of the most famous voices ever. But
Right. I
other
mean, even if you put it in 1970s terms, right? Maybe now that's a couple million. That's
right,
still not that much.
no,
Maybe he should have said, "I'll take residuals instead."
yeah,
Just pay me.
yeah, I'll take the
That would have been nice.
yeah.
But very, very sad. I don't know this. In anything we've seen, I want to guess. Somebody could fact check this. Did he voice Vader for the Obi-Wan series?
Mm,
Because I'm kinda hoping he didn't, just because we have something close whenever we use Vader again, but I hope that they find a suitable replacement, because I still don't think they found a suitable replacement for Kermit. It's just so weird.
it is weird. So his voice was used in, Obi-Wan, but it was his voice using, Reese Beecher.
Oh, perfect, then we're good. We're
Yeah,
good on that. I don't wanna be insensitive to James Earl Jones, but just thinking on the show side, I'm glad for that.
yeah.
But yeah, just seemed like a really, really good guy, and that definitely impacted me as being a Star Wars fan. And if we go back to look at the main cast now, the only survivors we have now are Anthony Daniels, who plays C-3PO,
Mhm.
Harrison Ford, who plays Han Solo, and Mark Hamill, who plays Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
We've lost Peter Mayhew, who played Chewbacca, Kenny Baker, who was inside of R2D2,
Mhm.
and I think that's it for the main characters, right? So, and there's been a lot of other people
Sure.
who
Yeah.
we've lost along the way.
Yeah.
Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia.
Yeah, so, I'm gonna star your comment there. Um, so Cosmo Official is asking about the new Seven Dwarfs movie. Um, so this is Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, I should say. So it's funny when we were talking about trailers and how much Wicked grabbed me. I don't know that Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs grabbed me as much. What do you think?
I would say that I felt like it did grab me it didn't grab me like Wicked did, but I did look at it, and I know that it got a lot of bats before it was reworked.
Yes.
So, seeing the new version made me say, "Wow, this could compete." No, I don't think it could compete for I don't think it would, like, for myself, beat out Beauty and the Beast as a live action film,
Okay.
a redo. But I think it could get into the conversation of top 2 or top 3, like, it looked really good. So, I'm pretty good at this. I'll give it a Rotten Tomatoes expectation percentage going in. I'm gonna give it a definite 73, but I think it could reach 79 or 80.
Okay. I think it's going to be um I think it's going to be good. I think the amount of hate that it's gotten. I mean, it's the most uh, disliked movie trailer ever. It's got a million dislikes, which is ridiculous. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near that level. So, but yeah, you know, you know how the internet is. I don't have to tell you. um,
Nope. You don't to tell
uh,
we got love watching right now, I'm sure.
yes. So,
We love them though. It's positivity.
that's right. So this was actually part of the news, but it will kind of blend into our actual topic. So we've got um, Sorry that the title's wrong there, but Yoshi has popped up over Super Mario Land there. So that is really, it's funny when I look at that picture, it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like it feels like a rendering. It doesn't feel like it's real life. But that's a
It
real
looks like a toy, looks like a model, looks like a
yeah,
picture of a model.
yeah, yeah.
Is
So
it?
no, that's a real picture. So I'm telling you,
Really?
when we get to finally see this, it is going to be. I just I you talk about immersion, like with Harry Potter world in Universal. I think that Super Mario Land will top that. I think it is going to totally drop you into Super Mario Land, and you will forget you are anywhere near Universal um, or Florida. I really do.
Yeah. I'm excited for it, and I think Jacob is super, super, super excited for this one. I can't
Mhm.
wait to enjoy it through his eyes as well, you know? Uh, what a day that's gonna be to go into a brand new park. Of course, we're waiting to see what, Universal is really, really holding off news about the annual pass holders. It's like they've
I
announced everything else pay-wise. I mean, I don't think it's good, right? If they've waited this long to announce anything about us, I don't know if it's good.
yeah. I I'm concerned. Um but maybe they just haven't announced it, but that saying no news is good news. That may not be the case, but I'm holding out hope that it's just that no news is good news.
And there's been rumors too where, they've even talked about keeping us out for several months
Yeah.
beforehand.
Yeah.
Now, I don't agree with that at all. I understand it, but I don't agree with it. But I would be willing to negotiate because, they would negotiate with me that, okay, if you give us a free, well, it would be free anyway, but if you gave us annual pass holders a preview to go and play and then say, okay, stay out for 3 months, eh, okay. We just got the park to ourselves and got to experience everything where it'll be hard to do when, it opens.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to do that. Um, I do think Universal is better to their annual pass holders in some way compared to Disney. So maybe they'll do us right in the end.
I hope so. I hope so. Um
86 JB is more excited about Dark Universe than Villains Land. I mean, I can't argue with him. I mean, there's going to be comparisons, but it really is apples and oranges if you want to compare the two. I mean, you have iconic Disney villains. That should be amazing. And Universal's going to do monsters right too, just from what we've seen from concept art and everything they have to offer with that new ride. It's going to be a sick ride with brand new technology we've never seen. So, um, yeah, I could see Dark Universe, edging out Villains Land overall for the experience.
yeah. Yeah. Well, the good thing is that they're not happening at the same time, so they can kind of
Have their
um
moment.
have their moment, you know? And I mean, Epic is going to take a long time for its moment. I mean, this this thing is massive. Um,
I
and
don't even know if you could do Epic in one day.
I don't think you can. I don't see how you could. Yeah, I don't see how you could. I mean, you would spend 75% of the day alone to me in Super Mario Land.
I mean, you got the slow Yoshi ride, so maybe it's an hour wait for that, and then you get on and you experience that, and there's gift shops, and there's got to be food there too. Uh,
Mhm.
so there's that, and you have the Donkey Kong ride. So I mean, you could easily spend an entire morning there if you rope dropped, right? An
Yeah.
entire morning. So there's half your day already,
Yeah.
and from there you have to choose. So I don't know. Uh, How to Train Your Dragon. Listen, they all sound amazing, but I'm probably least excited for How to Train Your Dragon. I don't want to downplay it. I'm excited for it, but I feel like I would visit Mario Land first. Harry Potter could be first, or Dark Universe could be first. I guess it's just the one I'm least excited about, but I'm excited about all of them.
So Yolanya brings up a good point here. Epic doesn't look ride friendly for kids under 50 inches. I mean, my 8-year-old just made it for Mummy and Hagrid's motorbike. So I think that's pretty typical, though. I think that Epic will actually, I take that back. I think How to Train Your Dragon, I think, will be kind of geared towards kids, and then Super Mario Land will. I think the rest of the park will not. But if you look at Universal um, and Islands of Adventure, I think it's kind of the same way. There's very little for um, very young ones to do there. So I think it'll fall along those lines. Do you what? How old were Jillian and Jacob when they first went to Universal?
I can pinpoint that. We went there just before we moved here, so 2016 is when we moved here. So I think it was 2015. Is that 9 years ago?
Yeah,
So 9 years ago. So uh let me see. Jill's 17 now. So she was 16.
7 and 8.
I'm sorry. She was 7 and 8. They were 7 and 8 or so.
Yeah.
So that's when we decided it was kind of the right time to try it, and I don't remember any height requirement problems with them at that age.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I think at that age you're good. But I think, like looking at Finley now who's 5 and wants to get on everything. She has to get on Tron, she has to get on Space Mountain. She has done all the other rides. Well, we haven't put her on Tron yet. But she's even done Guardian. So I think at this point, if you had an 8-year-old, they would probably, and Finley's a little tall for her age. Um, I think they'd be okay, but I do think you will spend, if you were to go to Epic as a family with those age groups, I think you're going to spend a lot of time in Super Mario Land for sure. Um,
Mhm.
maybe not over by uh, the new Harry Potter area. So speaking of Harry Potter, they did announce the Harry Potter and the Battle of the Ministry attraction. So it's going to be a walkthrough, and you'll enter Dolores Umbridge's pink office, where guests will encounter uh, Higgle. Who's the help? Give me the elf. You know.
Higlety?
Hig-
Higlety?
All right, cool. Yeah, you can tell we're on the Disney side. Once at the lift stations, guests will board lifts that will carry them to the courtrooms for the trials. The lifts will weave through the Ministry of Magic, taking guests to different departments such as the Ministry Archives and the Department of Magical Creatures. So the pictures, the renderings on this one kind of give me um, uh, Gringotts feel. Um, I don't know that it's all like that, but that's kind of what I get now. And don't get me wrong, like the queue in Gringotts is great. Well, I'm a fan of the bank. When you first walk into Gringotts and you're in the big bank, I like that. Then I don't know that I
Yes.
love the next part where you're in there where the offices are or whatever. It just feels very claustrophobic there. Um,
Mhm.
But yeah, the bank is great. So if this is similar to that, then I'm all for it.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
It really does. I am not a hardcore Harry Potter fan, but I've seen all of the Harry Potter movies and more than once. And I love going to Universal and being immersed in all of that. I totally buy in when I'm there. Um, Harry Potter just never grabbed me like Star Wars or Indiana Jones, those kind of series. It just never hooked me that hard.
Hmm.
But I'm a moderate fan. I won't pretend to be a diehard fan. I still don't own a wand, and I'm going to assume is there a wand in your house?
Is there a wand in my house? There is a wand in my house. It's not mine though. But yes, yes, they've actually made butterbeer here. Yeah, it's a good amount of Harry Potter, but nothing like Disney. I mean, I'm looking back on my shelves. I don't think I have anything Harry Potter in this room.
I've thought about a wand, but I've just never followed through.
Hmm. Um, so Harry Potter, the immersion, I think they do it really, really well. So we will see how that goes. I'm gonna put Catherine's chat up here. So she says, my issue with the Universal rides. I'm hoping these new ones are different. Can you guess what her issue is with the rides at Universal?
I'm wondering what her profile picture is. Is she looking out the window of a bus, maybe, with a camera in her hand?
I
That's
think
that's what it looks like to me.
I think it's a train. I think she was on a train.
She's on a train. All
Mhm.
right, going for that artistic like photo.
Yes.
What do I think her problem is with those rides? Hmm. I don't know. I've never had a problem with them before, so I don't know. What is her problem?
The majority of them are screens.
Oh, I was thinking ride vehicles.
No,
So,
no.
yes. Yes. I mean, there's times where you ride certain rides and you're like, wow, this is as good as Disney would have done it. But yeah, I guess they do cheap out at times with some of those things. I mean, I love Spider-Man. I love Transformers. But yes, it is a lot of screens, but I don't mind that kind of ride.
Mhm.
Um, so
We
what
still
about you?
haven't heard about Simpsons, have we? That
Haven't
whole
heard about Simpsons yet. No.
uh,
No, there's no word that I know of about Simpsons as far as it's just still sitting there. I don't know what that contract looks like and when Disney might pry it from them, but if I were Disney, I would want to get that out of there. You got to believe that Disney wants to do something somewhere, right? Because would they really go as far when you go into Launch Bay? There's new flags all the time. And now I think you even see it on the billboard when you're leaving Toy Story Land in Hollywood Studios. You're starting to see advertisements for things like Futurama,
yeah,
um,
Bob's Burgers.
Simpson, Bob's Burgers, things like that. So you gotta think that they would like to introduce that into a park at some point.
Yeah.
Simpsons are rough, says Shirley. Uh, again, listen, we have a new vlog coming out for anybody listening live. We have a new vlog coming out Thursday. I'm excited to share that with all of you. It is our weekend at the in the presidential suite over at Bonnet Creek this past weekend over at Disney World. And the view was nuts. And I know I say that many, many times when I'm within the video, the view is nuts. But why I mentioned it was you should see the amount of land from up there that appears to be buildable land for many more parks and resorts.
Yeah.
This place is already big, but it could be massive. And I just feel like if they ever build a fifth gate, maybe this becomes part of it. You can keep it away from the traditional Disney stuff and you can do Simpsons, Avengers, You can do a whole Fox animated world. Why, land, right? Little Bob's Burgers, Simpsons, things like that. That that would be a direct competition for Universal too.
Yeah.
And we all think here, in my family anyway, that if Disney took The Simpsons, tell me they wouldn't kick butt on that land. They would do a much better job than Universal has done
Mm-hmm.
with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Immersion. That's that you just like they picked you up and dropped you right in the middle of the cartoon. You said Bob's Burgers. I could see them doing the whole wharf there. Kind of like in Universal where you have the wharf where Jaws used to be. They could Disney would do that, and that would be a whole little area. Cute little area. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe that's an announcement somewhere down the line.
Yeah, and I've been talking about this for like a year, so
Hmm.
or half a year. So when it finally happens, you can say, "Oh yeah, I remember when you said that." We'll have it on tape.
That's right. On tape? You're putting this on tape? I haven't been putting
We're-
I've been putting these shows on tape. Should I be doing that?
I want you to go back. I want this available everywhere. I want it on record. I want it on, you know, I want it on VHS,
Okay. So
laser discs.
so I asked this on my Facebook profile yesterday. So let's see if you know or anybody in chat. My friends did get it. There was a competitor to Blu-ray. When Blu-ray first came out, there was a competitor to Blu-ray. Do you know what it was? What it was called?
Oh wow.
Jen said
You
put it on Betamax, which was the competition for VH.
Oh, yep, she's right. She's right.
But there was a
You
competition
stumped me.
for DVDs, and that was Laserdiscs. They were the size of a record. um, so Blu-ray. I'll give the chat a few minutes, see if they can come up with it. We'll talk about the.
Oh, Gen W wasn't right?
No, that was earlier. That was in the 80s. Beta was in the earlys.
Yeah,
Uh,
Beta was like half the size of a VHS tape, wasn't it?
right. Yep. Yeah. That was Sony who made that. Yeah. So here's the entrance to Universal's Epic Universe. For an entrance, like there's some icons, right? You walk through the entrance. Um, and I'm not talking about the park icons because obviously Disney has that, but the you walk through the Universal archway, right? And you just
Yes.
feel like you are stepping into the movies, or at least when it was first built, that's kind of how it felt. This is like on another level to me. Being able to like walk through there and that be your entrance to this park, you should really feel like you were in another world.
I agree. Transported. And not only once. Crew It Up says HD DVD.
That was it. Dana got it right behind him. Yep, HD DVD.
Good job, Dana.
There was an
Good
Xbox
job, crew.
expansion module that you hooked up to the Xbox to play this because the Xbox didn't play DVDs or HD DVD.
I'm kind of remembering that now.
We're old. Anyway, um, so yeah, I think that this is going to help just put you right into an entire new world.
And not only do you enter that one, you also have to enter another one for each world that you go into.
Right, right. And they said that, excuse me, on the center emblems, you can see representation of each of the lands. So on one side, there's Super Nintendo World, and that's represented by current day Mario, and on the other side, you have 8-bit Mario. So that's I think it's just going to be really really cool. Really cool. Gen W HD DVDs, they were sold in red cases as opposed to the blue Blu-ray cases. They were red.
Wow. What's up, Dana? Welcome, Dana Barrowline.
So here you have, when I saw these pictures, especially the coaster, yeah, the first person I thought of was you and Catherine because you're such coaster fanatics. Um, so I think that this is going to be pretty cool. The Curse of the Werewolf roller coaster, um, the entry portal to Dark Universe is there. Frankenstein's castle, just some. I mean, this is going to be a pretty cool place to be. I don't know that I'll get there the first year it opens, but we'll see.
I think you will.
We'll see. Now this one probably right after. Catherine's gonna love Harry Potter, but right after Super Nintendo World is going to be this for me, the Donkey Kong roller coaster, Minecart Madness,
Oh, yes.
where you jump the track. Like what?
Yeah. That's some pretty cool technology because there's a track that runs underneath. So
Mm-hmm.
you're technically connected still, but you feel like you're not.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that should be pretty cool.
it is going to be very, very cool. I'm really excited to see how that comes along. We'll get Neil on that one, right, Neil?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think we will.
And here's some more shots of Super Mario Land. Now obviously these are drone shots, so they're very high up, and I can't zoom in on this picture, but there are people working. There are construction workers in these pictures. So go to Facebook or Instagram if you follow Dr. Disney. If you don't, make sure that you follow Dr. Disney because that's who has brought us all of this news tonight. But you can go there and see these pictures and blow them up and see there's people in there. Like that really gives you an idea of the scale of this land. It is going to be absolutely massive.
It is. Look how small the people look in scale to the actual
Yeah.
buildings.
Yeah, I'm really excited for all of that that's coming to Epic. And I think, we've talked about it before that what's probably going to happen is people are not going to stop going to Disney. Are they going to take a chunk of Disney's visitors that year, next year? Absolutely. Um, what I think will happen is I think the parks that are going to get hurt the most are going to be Animal and Hollywood. I think Epcot will still have a good year, and Magic is the number one visited park in the world, so that's not going to get hurt too much. But I think Animal and Hollywood will get hurt the most, but they'll still be positive. It's not like they're going to go down. But and somebody had said, I can't remember who it was, but somebody had said that Islands of Adventure would probably get hurt
Mm.
quite a bit too. But I think that what'll happen is if I'm going for 7 days, and normally I would have spent 5 days at Disney, 1 day with no parks, and 1 day at Universal. Now that might change to maybe 3 days at Universal, adding in Epic, and then 3 days at Disney. So they will lose some, but it's not like people are not going to go to Disney at all.
Hmm. Yeah, I would agree with that. You know, but like you said, we talked about that in detail, and you've got three sets of people. You've got those who are faithful to Disney. You've got those that are faithful to Universal, and I don't think you have 50-50. I think that other group is like 75-25 Disney, Universal. That's kind of where I think we're at
Mm-hmm.
in this family, not counting Jill. Jill would flip that, being a little bit older now. For now,
So, Captain Mickey Mouse, when I'm speaking about um, Attendance, I'm actually talking about just 2025. And so we know that none of the new stuff being announced in Walt Disney World last month is going to be done in 20. Well, I shouldn't say none. The big stuff isn't going to be done. Villains Land, Monsters, that stuff's not going to be done next year. So that will take some time. So it will hurt them this year. However, it's also going to bring people to Florida and to Orlando to visit Epcot. I keep doing that, to visit Epic, and then they will also go to Disney. So Disney will also pick up some visitors that they would not have gotten before. That's my theory on that.
Sounds good.
You want to go inside the parks?
Sure. Inside the parks. How far back are we going? We did Magic Kingdom on Saturdays. And let's see, prior to that, we were, I don't even remember where we were. We did Saturday. We did a later Saturday over at uh, Magic. And I would say that it was, I think it was a typical, it was a typical night, but we could not believe what happened to us at the end of the night. We had our reservations for Tiana, and we went over. We finally got to save the ride to the final ride of the night. We finally got to do it. And so we were with the Bullocks, and they were going to just go do Big Thunder while we went off and did that. And we were with Shirley Renee as well in chat, and they were going to go off and do that. So we walked up, Tammy and Jacob and me, we walked up to the Tiana queue, and the people in front of us, I guess there was a couple of people in front of us, but we never saw them again.
Hmm.
So I don't know where they went. They must have jumped on and off they went way ahead of us. So for us, it felt like we were alone in this entire queue and ride. But they didn't scan. They told me they didn't have to scan. I'm like, oh, we don't have to scan? And they're like, nope, just come on in. And I said, well, can our friends come too? They're like, sure, bring everybody. So we yelled for them to come on down, and they did. And we took our time through the queue. We made it right to our log. We got in the log and just partied on down with Tiana in the bayou. With no one around. I think it was a really fun experience for us and for everybody watching live to see that. And I love moments like that. That's those are like little core memory moments for the channel. So it could be something years later we talk about Tiana's. We can say, remember that time we just kind of walked on in the midst of it still being new and having so many difficulties and things. And Tiana, I made a comment when we got off, and I said, Tiana has finally kissed and made up with me. We are on a good track now. I think I've been to Magic 3 times maybe and ridden it 3 times in a row, or 3 out of 4. So that's been good. We do love it. Captain Mickey Mouse says, did you get the front row? Listen, I would get front row every time, but this ride appears to be wetter than Splash Mountain, and it's a little too much water than I'm comfortable keeping all that equipment in front of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Splash, you get away with it. A little bit of wet, fine. But I feel like the gimbal in the camera gets way too wet up front. So I'm no longer doing that. So I'm more comfortable in the back doing it. You still get kind of wet, but I'm not worried about the equipment.
And let me see. I've been on Tiana's twice. So up until that night, you and I had been on Tiana's the same amount of time. And I don't live as close as you do. so,
Crazy, right?
so I was a little worried about that. But no, it was great to see that they were like, yeah, come on in. And they let everybody walk in. And it was a walk on. And like you said, you slowed down, kind of got to look at the queue without having to worry about people behind you. And I mean, you literally just walked right onto the log. So that was really cool. Really cool.
Was a lot of fun. Lot of fun. Went over to Pinocchio's Village House earlier and enjoyed the barbecue, not barbecue, right? The buffalo chicken flatbread.
Mhm.
Uh, if you've seen that on the menu and you kind of thought, it's in the parks, probably no good. It is very good. It's very good. I mean, I'd give it at least a 3.75 out of 5 Mickeys. Jacob may give it more. Maybe a little more sauce for me, and I would give it more. But there's something special that they put on that chicken. And I said that the other night. And Steve and Tony tried it too, and they agreed. Like, there's something, I don't know what the spice is or multiple spices, but they're adding something to the chicken itself to give it almost a unique flavor compared to maybe a chicken flatbread you might get somewhere else.
Hmm. I was wondering why I didn't remember that. It's like I don't remember him going to Pinocchio Village House because I wasn't watching. I was at the home run derby Saturday.
Yes. Cool experience. That's a cool
That
experience.
that was a very cool experience. So if you ever have the chance to go, I'll talk about it now since I brought it up. So we went to the home run derby X, it's called, and it was at the Durham Bulls stadium here in Durham, and we sat. I waited and waited and didn't get tickets until the night before, and there were like some tickets behind home plate, but like way up. And I was worried that the roof line, you weren't going to be able to see the ball going out. So I was like, no, we'll go sit in the outfield. Plus, the ball is kind of coming at you there. Well, I didn't realize that they're hitting from the pitcher's mound. So they're closer to you, by what is that, 60 feet? Uh, so the ball's flying at you. Like they were to our left, they were to our right, they were flying above us. It was a phenomenal experience. And, you had players like Andrew Jones and Manny Ramirez, and you had college players, you had females with they were phenomenal. You had college players, you had minor league players. So it was a really fun experience. If you ever get a chance to go do that. And then I didn't know that they were doing fireworks, so we had fireworks after that. So that was kind of cool.
Is this a tour or what was this?
Yeah, so it's a tour. I can't remember how many cities they said they did. I want to say they said 12, if I remember correctly. So yeah, and this was the last for this season. So next summer, be on the lookout for that. I happen to have seen it. I think Jay saw it in on his Facebook feed a couple months ago, and then I kind of just let it linger, and then all of a sudden it was here, and I'm like, yeah, let's go to that. So we had a ton of fun. I mean, Finley didn't think she was gonna like it, and I'm like, this is not. She likes baseball, but I don't know, she just wasn't in the mood. And I'm like, no, this is not going to be a regular baseball game. And I thought it was going to be like a home run derby, like we're used to for the All Star game. No, it was
Oh, it
even
wasn't?
yeah, it was even higher energy than that. Yeah,
Wow.
because you
Sounds like
got
it was well done.
points. You got like we were saying in the target section. So there was like a shorter section of the outfield, and if you hit it between that, you got 4 points. And if
Okay.
you hit a fly ball or a line drive, and the fielders caught it, they got points. So
Ah,
there was a lot to it. It's like the final score was 89-84.
wow.
So
That would
yeah,
have been a fun night.
yeah, it was fun for sure. So if you get to see that, definitely go and do that.
We ran into Crew Baka at
Yeah,
the Emporium late in the evening, which was a wonderful surprise. So he brought his wife along, so she is still with us. She is real, so that's good.
but we none of
Uh,
us saw her, so we don't know. You may just be, on the conspiracy. I don't think we saw her on stream, so I don't know. This might just be a you and crew thing.
oh
Uh,
no,
but does
oh
the
no.
crew surprise you more than any other friend? I think so. I know I've done it once where I popped up on you for Jacob's birthday, but crew just seems like, oh, yep, I'm here.
Uh, so yes, I would say Crew surprises us more than anybody. but he also surprises us by telling us he's gonna be there, and then he isn't. So, when he messaged me on Saturday afternoon, I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I even forgot about it. I forgot about it. He's like, "Yeah, I'm just resting over here at Riviera." I'm like, "Well, I'm hoping he's coming, but, maybe he won't." And then I just got caught up in the evening and totally forgot about him, so he definitely surprised me at the end of the night. So, always love seeing my guy. Uh yeah, I was gonna ask if you got to hang out with him, but you did. That's an epic day when
Hmm.
we just ate. We decided to eat at every stop, every booth in Epcot, starting in Canada, and just kept going till we stopped at, like, I think we stopped at Japan, but, he had already had a full meal earlier, so he couldn't believe how much he ate, and he tapped out at that point too. Um,
Yeah,
but
that was a
good
good.
times.
That's one I'll always remember. That was a good day. And then during the week, you went to Hollywood and then decided you didn't want to go home, so took the Skyliner and went to Boardwalk.
I even talked about this the other day. I said to Tammy, "Did you see the size pizza slice?" And Jacob, "Did you see the size pizza slice that I got the other day?" I watched that back on a replay, and it took up the entire screen.
Mm-hmm.
The angle I had that pizza, it was good. I was on the Skyline. Oh, so I took the Skyliner from Hollywood over to Boardwalk, and listen, a lot of you were worried, and I appreciate that, but it started lightning and thundering, and the Skyliner stopped, and I was like, "Oh, great. I gotta work in the morning. I can't be up here for the next 2 hours, 3 hours." But luckily, it got moving, but everybody was definitely concerned about me up there, so I appreciate that, and when we landed, I was watching, and I felt like the lightning and all that was only rumblings deep, deep in the distance, so I didn't think that we were too much in jeopardy, and I just got really hungry up there. So but it was late, but I wanted something, needed something, so went over and got that $9 and, like, 95-cent pizza slice. It's a huge slice, and it's really good. Really, really good. Highly I give that a 5 out of 5 Mickeys. It's that good. Neil might argue with me a little bit, but it is good. You can have different pizzas that are still 5 out of 5s. So it was really good, and the cannoli's not as good, though. I didn't
It
think the cannolis were as good.
it looked good, but it didn't look. It looked good. It didn't look like the pizza window in Epcot in Italy. It just we saw some Elio's pizza the other day in Walmart, and that was the first thing I thought of was that pizza.
Woo! It was good, though. It was good. I'll have to go up and try the pizza window over there in Italy. I've sat down and had pizza, inside, and it was really good,
Hmm.
but it's been a while.
Yeah, yeah. The pizza inside is really good. So
86 JB is visiting the parks. He says, "Unless you are at Animal Kingdom on Saturdays, October 26th, I don't think I'll be running into you. Are you only going to the park once?" Hmm.
mm. Let me see. So Cosmo had well, Find the Fun had a question I'll put up there. Because I don't know this one. Have you guys ever done any of the ride tours at Universal? Are they still a thing? Um, I don't know if I know what that is. Do you?
I don't know what that is.
Hmm.
So maybe they don't do it anymore. Maybe someone can help us out in chat.
Yeah, yeah. If you in chat, if you know, please let us know what it is and if it's still a thing. I mean, I'm assuming I know what it is, but uh, I would like to know.
Yes, Pamela, loved it. The taste buds were ruined by the wings, says Neil.
Cosmo,
Actually, Sunday I had mango habanero wings from Buffalo Wild Wings, and they're
no,
about like 40-50%
yeah,
intense to the
that's fine.
Carolina Reapers.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably nothing close to the those
A
Carolina.
little bit close.
Uh, Cosmo says, if Disney made a fifth park, what kind of park do you think that what kind of park do you think would be the most successful? Hmm. I would, if they could do it, Marvel all day long. I mean, that park would be, and nothing would come close to it that Six Flags or Cedar Point or Universal could compete with. No way. Um, if the agreement stays the way it is, they can't do it. So then I would say, like Corey mentioned earlier, because we've talked about this before, um, doing it based on the Fox properties. You know, heck, you could have Aliens. You have a little Aliens ride or Aliens area. So that's what I would think. What about you?
I think you automatically go to Marvel as well.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't think that they would open up another park unless they had it. How about that for a bold statement? I
Mm,
think they need I think they need Marvel in order to open another park. What do you think?
that's
I
that
can't get myself uh say.
close. That is an interesting statement. Um,
I
you
just
don't
made it up.
you don't need another park until you have Marvel. You might be right. You might be right.
Yeah. Because they already announced villains. You know what I mean? Like they
Sure.
really could have done that. Does anybody feel like we need or could use more Star Wars? Because I've had this idea for a long time, right? Where you do let's visit different planets. Let's come up with a world showcase for Star Wars.
Mhm.
Let's let's see if we can take guests from Endor to Hoth to Tatooine
Mhm.
and so on and so forth with different rides in there. I think it could totally be done. Um, and I would do half the park Star Wars and half the park Marvel.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a park where you do a little slice of the Fox animated series stuff. See, I've planned the park already. There you go.
Simple. Done. Get on it,
I
Disney.
just have to I just have to run into Josh Damaro in jeans again in the World Showcase
I saw a picture of
and
him
let him know.
that a annual pass holder posted on Facebook with their daughter was taking a picture of him, or she was standing here. There was a fence here, and he was behind the fence, just in running shorts, I guess, just out running. I don't know if he was preparing to do the marathon or whatever, but he's just there, and so he just took a picture with them. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, nice. He has the body for a marathon runner. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if he really pushes himself to that level, but he's a thin guy.
Yeah. Speaking of the marathon, Zach Stevens from Trans-Siberian Orchestra, who talked about the half marathon, he completed that on Saturday. So I checked in with him. Haven't heard back yet though, but I checked in with him to see how it went. And speaking of which, Trans-Siberian Orchestra tickets went on sale for fan club members, and this Friday they go on sale for the public. So if you're looking to go get your tickets. You will not.
Nice. Krubaka says, in the summer, Orlando already feels like Dagobah, so that's half the battle. Yeah, if you did Tatooine and Dagobah, you're all set. You don't have to do any atmospheric manipulations. But, you'd have to go inside for Dagobah. We know that, but not Dagobah, sorry, for Hoth. But it could be done.
Dana says magic is classic, Epcot is future, Hollywood is movies, Animal Kingdom is animals. What's missing? Music?
Ah,
That'd be kind
yeah. That
of
would be cool.
expand on the All Star Music Resort.
She feels like Coco and Encanto need more representation of this culture in the rides and the shows. I mean, that could be the younger guests piece of the park, right? With the 5th?
I was when at D23 when they announced Coco. Um, I got really excited. Then I was a little worried because I thought, oh, they're going to replace Grand Fiesta Tour. And then I heard it was going to Disneyland. I'm like, what? So we're not getting it at all. But that the colors, the brightness, like that, Coco needs to be somewhere. So we'll see. Will Donald get deported? Maybe sometime in the future we'll find out. But Epcot has enough stuff going on right now. It's time to just kind of slow down on Epcot, though. Although I did see pictures of, in doing the research for tonight's show, I saw pictures of Test Track and the work that they're doing there on the outside anyway. So getting very excited to see how that comes along.
Yeah, the whole front is down now. The canopy's gone.
Yep. Yep. Should be very good. Oh, music. If there was a music park, we know where we would always find Neil.
It would be there.
He's not
Maybe
going.
he'd finally get a job there.
He'd be a tour guide. Oh, Neil would be a great tour guide at the music park.
Wouldn't he?
All right, Neil, make it happen.
He's LID's official tour guide for the Animal Kingdom streams.
That's
We
right.
love it. Everybody else loves it too. I just point the camera. I don't have to talk for 2 hours, and I just point it, and he gives the tour, the animal tour.
Captain Mickey says, could you show us the picture, please? Oh, I think you mean of Test Track. Follow Dr. Disney. I didn't load that into the show. Follow Dr. Disney, and you can see all of that. He's got quite a few of them. So all of our news tonight came directly from Dr. Disney, who's the news source for the DIZPod.
Yeah. So I think that's everything for Inside the Parks.
Yep.
Unless I'm missing something, but that was good.
No, that was good. And this week you are, well, I don't know. You haven't scheduled it yet.
You know what? As soon as we get off of here, I'm going to start. I have to at least schedule for Saturday. I have to at least schedule for that. So we are going to take you all to Epcot again, mainly for one reason. We will try some more foods. We'll get Tammy to try the liquid nitro sweet potato this time, and Jacob. I think Jacob will be coming. But there's a special performer to us.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
And she sings a little ditty like, I think we're alone now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go see Tiffany. It could be 2 shows we see her. We always say that, but we get tied up with other things in the park. But maybe we try to make it an effort to go see the middle show to decide if we want to close it out. But Tiffany's a lot of fun. So we're going to see Tiffany and enjoy Epcot again.
That'll be very good. And are you out this week? During the week?
Oh, absolutely. Well, this week, yes. Tomorrow, I am so messed up for this week. I don't know what day is what. I don't know what this is. I don't know. I saw one of my clients that I've seen for like over 2 years, 100% at 7 in the morning. Saw him last night at 5:30 at night, like totally thrown off.
Yeah.
So yes, tomorrow we are live at Magic Kingdom, and I'm guessing Neil will join me. I don't know, but I'll be running around Magic Kingdom. So definitely join me, everyone, if you're listening to this or watching it live. Run around Magic Kingdom with me and enjoy Disney through my eyes.
There you go. I was going to see if I could pull up that picture. I'm sorry. I don't think I can. Anyway, look at, if you're on Facebook, go to Dr. Disney, follow Dr. Disney. He's got great pictures of some of the construction. If you're into that sort of thing, I happen to work in construction, so it's something I like.
Corey A is in the chat, and I want to say it was great meeting you, Corey A. I really like him extra because he spells his name the same way I do, and I'm a Corey A as well. And So that's awesome. Thank you for coming in. We just, as you can see, we do a podcast. We're live from the parks 2 times a week. We launched our new series, Walking in Diz. I don't know how many of you have seen it, but it's there, and I'm hoping it will build and grow. And so finally, we're here, right? We're close. So our things can always change in a week because of something, but our intended permanent schedule, Neil and Alyssa will be there tomorrow. So that's great. Um, Starting next week, starting from here on, but we'll pick up on Sundays, right? We're still doing Relive in Diz. That's the replay of our live streams. We're way back in December of 2019 right now, and we'll continue to follow through week to week every Sunday at 2. Monday nights is our new series, Walking in Diz. My mom was like, I put this on. I'm like, I don't know what this is. I think it's Corey, but I'm not sure. And it's Walking in Disney. It's any place in Disney. You never know what's going to pop up next. We just debuted Walking Around Art of Animation. We
Mhm.
covered every area of outside of Art of Animation. It's about a 30-minute video. I don't talk, you don't see me. It's just enjoying the resort like you're walking through it. So every Monday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time premiere, you get a different location around Walt Disney World. If there's something you would like me to do, definitely email us or enter it in the comments of one of the videos, and we'll make sure that we can get out there if it's possible and do a walk around that particular location. I mean, in the end, I want people to be able to think of just about anything on property and say, I wonder what that's like or what it looks like, or I'd like to walk around that. And I'm trying something that I don't think anyone's done in this realm of the Disney community. There'll be 2 versions eventually of each one. If it works out, I'll be testing it. But just like that Art of Animation one that came out, I'm gonna release it again, who knows, a month from now, something with music behind it, a calm music bed, so that if people just wanna play
Yeah.
calming music while watching the Disney visuals, I think that's something worth testing and see if it works. And people have 2 choices to decide which one they wanna watch
Yeah.
and listen to.
Well,
So, there's that on Mondays.
you've got requests.
Tuesday night. Oh.
Jen,
Oh,
Jen.
Polynesian, please. You got it, Gen W, just for you. You wanna know something? That should have already been in the can, but we ran over time when we were with Alyssa and Neil last time at the Polynesian, so I didn't get that walk in, but it's an easy one to get in at some point, and a lot of these locations, I will do a nighttime and a daytime, so we will get Polynesian in, and I'll try to release that for you shortly after obtaining it, but I just have to obtain it. Did I just give the wrong schedule to start with? The DIZPod moves to Mondays.
Yes.
So Walking in Diz will be Tuesdays. So let me just summarize. Relive in Diz on Sunday, DIZPod on Monday, the Walking in Diz series on Tuesday nights, Live in the Parks on Wednesday nights. Thursday is our vlog where
Mhm.
it'll feature just me or Tammy and Jacob or Jillian, combination of the family. Thursday nights, that's your vlog. Friday is really nothing special planned, but you never know what might drop, a POV, a ride POV maybe. And then we're live in the parks on Saturday. So there's an opportunity for something every single day
Yeah.
for the channel. I like where we're at.
Yep. Very, very cool. So looking ahead, these are some of the topics that we're going to be talking about coming up in the next few weeks. We're going to be talking about DVC. We're going to be talking about Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. We'll do a preview of the merch and all of that coming up in the next couple weeks. We will have someone from the Disney College program or that went to the Disney College program come on the show and kind of talk about that experience. We also have young lady who is a travel agent and but specializes in traveling to Disney with a toddler. So that'll be kind of cool. Little tips and tricks there. Should you bring a stroller? Should you rent a stroller from Disney? Um, how many of you know that if you're flying, that they will take your stroller and car seat for free. So different things like that. And then Viewer Week is coming up next month, where in you'll all be in the chat. But in the chat, I will also put in a link to a Zoom room. So while Corey and I are doing the show, all of you can be in a Zoom meeting together. And then at some point, we are going to open up the show to those of you that want to join us. And you'll get to pop in and be part of the show as our guest. For a few minutes, we'll ask you maybe we'll ask you some love like leave questions, and just have a little fun with that, because it's all for all of you that we do this show. So it's just our little way of saying thank you.
Was the DVC show the one that we were going to have Crew It Up on?
Yes.
Okay. So we need to get him committed to a certain date for that one? Do we
Yes.
have him nailed down yet?
Nope. I'll let you guys work on that. It was originally going to be tomorrow night, because tomorrow
All right,
is
Crew, give me a Monday that you're available, and can he come on any one of them, or are we locked in? Okay.
yeah. I'm not locked in with any of these right now. So
All right, Crew, it's on you now.
all right. So Captain Mickey Mouse says he is excited for that Zoom. Yeah, we've talked about the LID Zoom that we do that lasts 4, 5, 6 hours. Sometimes we just have a good time talking. The show will not go that long, I promise. But excuse me, we just thought it was something cool that we can do with what we're using to run our show right now. That is an option, so we figured we'd put that out to all of you.
Awesome. Let's talk about our sponsor quick. If you're looking for a home that offers the perfect blend of comfort and convenience with Disney World in your backyard, Victor Naraki is a licensed realtor with Vision Home Real Estate LLC. He is here to help you find the home of your dreams. With over 13 years of experience in the Disney area home market and a proven track record of success, Victor is the perfect partner to guide you through every step of the home buying process. So why wait? Visit celebratingflorida.com today to learn more about Victor's exclusive range of properties and schedule a viewing with Victor. Your dream home is just a click away, and definitely subscribe to Victor's channel. He needs more subscribers. It's at Victor Naraki on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we have something in the works with him too. You should see us go live Saturday morning, sometime maybe in the 10 o'clock hour, and I have to finalize it, but we're supposed to do if you've seen Neil do some walkthroughs. It's been a while since I've done one with Victor, but we're going to go to a property with Victor and show some houses near Disney, and then we'll go on to be live a little later at Epcot on Saturdays. So there's that.
What I like about Victor's live streams is he will show you the neighborhood. Of course, I'm in new construction, so I like that anyway. But when he does a tour, he's going to show you just how close that neighborhood is to Disney. And a lot of them, he'll show you the back way to get into property, and you realize that you're 15, 20 minutes away from Disney. So it's really cool. And if you have anybody that is looking to move near Disney or the Orlando area in general, make sure that they contact Victor, because he does a great job.
Yes, Captain Mickey, I've done the fireworks at Victor's house before. That's a lot of fun. Yep. All right. Have we said it all, done it all?
Yes. Thank you all for being here. Fun night talking about the other park, Epic, which is going to be a lot of fun.
It is. So thank you all for watching. We do it live because we do it for you. Thank you so much for anyone that picks us up on any of the other outlets, as well as YouTube. And watch us tomorrow. Watch me live over at Magic Kingdom for a lot of fun. And we'll ride that park into the ground until it's time to go home.
And I'll tease one more thing for you, separate from the DIZPod. So those of you that watched the couple weeks ago when I was in Disney and we did multi-view of Luminous, one from one side of the park, one from the other. Let us know if you enjoyed that. We are working on something even better than that. Just, I'm telling you, I've tested it and I think it's really going to come out really, really well. I think you guys will enjoy that. So we'll be working on that for the next couple weeks. And when Corey says I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. So we'll see.
I'm ready.
Oh,
You gotta tell me what else I need to be ready. I'm always ready when I'm ready.
all
So we'll
right.
have to talk about that.
All right. So yeah, you guys should enjoy that. That'll be very cool. Something.
Oh, Shirley Renee says Tron at the end of the night. I mean, shouldn't we?
I'm
Shouldn't
good.
we do that?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Is she doing it with me?
There you go.
I need to bring my harness then. Tron to finish the night. That would be pretty epic.
Pack it up. Let's go. Make sure it's in your bag. That is
All right. Alrighty then. Until then, we're just a couple of bros talking Disney. We'll see you all next time on the DIZPod on its newly scheduled night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Mondays. Good night, everyone.
See you tomorrow.